Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Ender Lilies. Now, last time on Ender Lilies, we jumped into the catacombs and we are exploring the world here. The very first thing I'm going to do is actually fast travel, because I'm going to go back to a different part of the catacombs. This part. There was a breakable wall that I missed last time, but I noticed in editing. So we're going to break that wall before moving on. That is going up here, and it's just to the right up in this room. Hopefully that will finish this room. Ho-ho! This appears to have been the White Priestess's room. Findings: Frisia's Memoirs 2. Performing the purification brings joy back to the people. I must continue, if only to be of that small service. I thought I was useless, but they need me, as long as I'm the White Priestess. And it did finish that room. Seems she was an avid artist. Interesting. So now that we've done that, we will go back to where we just were and continue on in the catacombs. Now, we've learned a lot about the lore of this game over the episodes that I have produced here. And I'm going to try to summarize some of the lore and give some guesses during this episode, and probably a few, because I'm going to be playing while I'm doing this, so it might be a little bit hard for me to focus on it. There is something up there. I don't think I can reach it. Yeah, I can't reach that. And I can't get up this way. So, Frisia. We're learning a whole lot about Frisia. What we know about Frisia from the findings that we have found, and we have just come down here, no way to get back up, is that Frisia was a White Priestess, but in particular, she was the third White Priestess. Alright, Silva's Note 2. I've never laid eyes on anything more terrifying than the Blighted Lord. A fearful tremble in my legs was all I managed. I failed the priestess as guardian. I only realized after the ritual had ended that I should have prevented the creature's purification at all costs. Despite her resistance, so acute was the blight that it took hold over the White Priestess's faculties. So that's quite interesting. Silva was a guardian to the White Priestess. I think she was a guardian to Frisia. I'm not completely sure about that, but I think that is the White Priestess who Silva was the guardian of. I think I want to go in the water here, by the way. Let's defeat these enemies in the water before we do the ones in the sky. And let's heal, because I'm dodging very, very poorly. There we go. That was a much better dodge. And then I didn't dodge that time. Okay, so now that we've done that, luckily, whenever they try to go in the water, they just die. Unluckily, I just jumped directly into the thing that created them. I meant to use my wind power on it. That. I'm gonna try this a couple more times, where I'm just trying to just barely use that power to hit the thing up there while these guys dip into the water to kill themselves. This is a tricky room. Alright. And I'm trying to do this without losing even more prayers. I've already used 2 of my prayers, which is quite problematic at this point. So our character is named Lily. She is a White Priestess, as you can guess by many of the things that have happened in this game, including her extreme whiteness. But we don't know too much other than that about Lily. We know that she is a White Priestess, but we don't really know too much of the relationships that she had with the other characters in the past. Ooh, leveled up. And partially that's because Lily has lost her memories. So we are learning the memories as we go, probably. But back to Frisia. So Frisia Frisha was the third White Priestess. She was also known as the Priestess of the Font. There was also a Priestess of the Wind. Oh, this is just like that elevator water, but it's an elevator... I guess it's still water, but it's different looking water. Oh, I was expecting a secret place right there. Oh well. So, right, Frisha was the third White Priestess. There was also a White Priestess of the Wind and a Priestess of the Dawn. I'm assuming those are the other two. So, the person that we're playing as is the fourth White Priestess, I assume. And Frisha was the third. Okay, so you can't actually shoot up. We need to use this one, which can shoot up. There we go. And Lily is the fourth White Priestess. I think that means that the Priestess of the Wind was the second, and Priestess of the Dawn was the first, if I have that correct. And I also kind of believe that they mostly existed at different times. So they weren't White Priestesses together. They were White Priestesses separately. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go left? I do want to go left, because that might connect back. And it would be nice to connect back to that previous one. Oh, it does, in fact, connect back to that previous respite. But there is a room to get through. Alright, you I have learned how to deal with, hopefully. So I like my sword against those because... Ooh, why does this look like you can go down it? The floor there looks very strange. I like using my sword against these guys because the sword is relatively fast compared to the hammer, for example. And having a fast attack, I think, is probably the best for me. Even though it doesn't do as much damage, it's pretty fast to do, so I can get some hits in and go elsewhere. So, would that go into a different room? Well, it would, but there's a barrier, so I can't get there. Oh, one of those jumping ones from the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, I am going to fight all of these guys again because I am going to rest at that respite when we get there. I've lost too much health not to do so. Ooh. Now that's bad. Let's go over here and heal. We've used our last prayer. Uh-oh. Danger, danger. This is even more dangerous. I don't like there being two enemies that I'm fighting at the same time. Okay, one's down. That one I was able to repel the attack. To parry the attack. Which I have not done very often. I think I've done it a total of 2 times, including that one. It's a very precise thing. But the power does not cost me anything to have on. Alright, what's this? Frisha's Memoirs 4. Always talking about a successor, within earshot no less. Have I outlived my usefulness? Talks of royal blood, of succession? I don't understand. I have no desire of birthing a child. Don't think the priestesses had to birth their successors. That's not how it works, I think. So let's rest here. Unfortunately, that brings all the monsters back in the room to the right. Oh, but you know what? I completely forgot to upgrade spirits last time. Let's do that now. I have a bunch of upgrades that I can do, which is done in the Enhance menu. Still cannot enhance the Umbral Knight. I think we really want to enhance the Dark Witch Elaine. I get to do an attack combo and action speed. Wow, that's a lot of pluses. I'm going to do that. So Dark Witch Elaine is going to get the Furious Blight. That still leaves the Stagnant Blight, and basically the Umbral Knight uses Ancient Souls, every other pink-colored one uses Furious Blight, and the orangish ones use Stagnant Blight. So which of the orangish ones do I want? Could use the Western Merchant, honestly. Although I have really liked using the Floral Sorceress recently. I'm going to up the Floral Sorceress. And I cannot up it again. I could up the Fungal Sorcerer as well. I am going to do that. And then nothing. I will save it up for upping one of those another time, I think. Now let's change out my spirits, because decided this Elder Crypt Keeper, although nice, is not very nice in this particular section of the game. So I'm going to replace him with a Western Merchant? Sure. So set number 1 is going to be kind of a long-range set. Set number 2 is going to be kind of a short-range set. Gerard, the Elder Warrior, is kind of the outlier there, but still, I do like having him. He hits real hard. So we've got 3 White Priestesses, plus Lily is 4. So we know of 4 White Priestesses. And furthermore, we know the names of 3 of them, in terms of not actually their human names, but their priestess names. Priestess of the Font, Priestess of the Wind, and Priestess of the Dawn. Don't know what that makes Lily. But Lily was sort of raised, I think, by the Priestess of the Font, which was Frisia. Is this enemy coming back up here? Maybe he's not. There he is. Hello, Mr. Enemy. Die. You can jump over here, maybe. Jump over here. Alright, you know what? You're gonna get... Whoa. No, terrible. Ooh, okay, so Gerard is particularly bad against that type of enemy. Let's not use Gerard. There we go. Much better. I do want to get back up, though. Yeah, let's get back up. So we need to go to the left in order to get to the top side of this room. The other aspect of the White Priestesses are the Guardians. So I don't really know what's meant by Guardians in this, if it has a special meaning or if it just means kind of like a parent figure. That would be what a guardian means in the real world, in a way. But there are 2 people that we've heard of as guardians. There was Sigrid and Silva. They might be sisters. Sigrid did say that she was a guardian, that she was not a guardian, but her sister was. Her sister did become a guardian. And Silva, one of the things that we learned was that Silva became a guardian purportedly to protect Sigrid. So I think those 2 are sisters. And I think that Silva was the guardian of Frisia. We haven't learned that for certain, but that is my guess as to the relationships of some of the characters. That Silva was the guardian to Frisia, the Priestess of the Font. There was a battle of the Twin Spires that was quite significant. There's something over there, but I don't know if I can get back up here if I jump over there. Don't know if I can even get over there, so let's go up instead. And we're in a new room. That pot looks dangerous. It was a pot that sprouted some poison. Does that poison hurt the enemies? Yes, it does. I was fearful that that pot would be an enemy. Any of these pots could be an enemy, like that one. Got him. Aha. There we go. Another pot enemy? No. I'm worried about pot enemies, currently. Like that one. That's a pot enemy. Get poisoned on. Nice. Getting better at those pot enemies, apparently. Because those used to crush me, right? That enemy way over there wants to explode. There we go. He exploded and destroyed the pot next to him. That one, I believe, is a pot enemy. I was right. And this one is in a position where we don't need to get into any danger to fight him. Got him. Don't think this is a pot enemy. Aha. But there's a lever. Ho-ho? What's on the right? Is there anything on the right? No, we have to use the elevator. So I've talked about the White Priestesses, I've talked about Sigrid and Silva, the Guardians. One of the things that we learned, I think a little while back, but it's relevant now, is that the Guardians used to be trained in the catacombs. They were trained... Let's see here. Let's see if I can look at my notes. I'm gonna defeat these enemies before I look at my notes. Aho, poisoned him. Perfect. And then this one just needs a hammer. Whoops, it's not the hammer button. That's the hammer button. Guardians are trained at the White Parish grounds in the catacombs. So the White Parish had grounds... Ooh, an amulet fragment. Alright. So the White Parish had grounds within the catacombs, which is where we are now. So we're near the grounds of the White Parish. That is quite interesting to know, because the White Parish is basically the Order of the White Priestesses, right? Let's poison that pot. I had a good feeling that that pot was an enemy. Oh, good dodge. That was a less good dodge, but it still got there. That's basically what we know about the catacombs. We've seen that the catacombs... There are two of these. Weird. Do they go... Oh, this one goes down. Whoops. Go back up. We've seen that the catacombs are very large. There's a lot to these catacombs. But other than the fact that they're very large, and there was a place where the Guardians for the White Priestesses and the White Parish grounds were located here, that's basically all we know. I mean, that's a fair amount to know, but still, we don't know any more. We don't know what the grounds are for now. The other aspect, which I believe might be related to the grounds, is the Ancients. We don't really know too much of the Ancients so far. We know that our Umbral Knight was one of the last warriors of the Ancients. The last warrior of the Ancients, I guess. And we know that the Blight was in some way, somehow, caused by the Ancients. By some magic of the Ancients. According to one of the findings that we had, somebody assumed that that was true. And really, when you make a story and you have somebody have that sort of scientific assumption, it's usually true. You usually don't write that down for the player or the reader and not have it be true. So I believe that some magic of the Ancients is the cause of the Blight. We will probably learn a lot more about that in the future. Whoa, that was painful. This guy does not want to explode. There he goes. We know pretty much nothing else about the ancients. The blight somehow comes from them, and our umbral knight is the last warrior of the ancients. That's it. I'm assuming that the ancients will become very important in the plotline of this game eventually, and we will learn a lot more. Ooh, what's this? A chain of sorcery. All right. We're finding chains of sorceries so much faster than we're finding relics. If not for the fact that some of our relics cost 2 relic slots, we would be way ahead on relic slots versus relics. But now I think we're not way ahead, we're just even, maybe? Ooh, this connects to another one of our respites. Looks like a training area, perhaps the one used by her guardian. So this is a training area for the guardians. Okay, we know how to deal with that one. What you do, you wait for that to happen. Hit her with poison. Wait until you can do poison again. I do like using poison to defeat this enemy. I'm pretty sure I could fight it effectively without the poison, but it's so easy with the poison, if I do it right. And honestly, if I do it wrong, it hurts a whole lot, so I'm very incentivized to use the tools I have that work. Here we go. There. I think that will take her out. It did. And we leveled up again. I do like leveling up. Every time we level up, we're getting a little bit more damage that we're dealing. And I think that's across the board. I think every spirit that we have becomes more effective the higher level we are. One of the other major pieces of lore about this game is what the White Priestesses do. The Blight is real bad. The Blight makes people into zombies. And the White Priestesses, the magic, I guess, of the White Priestesses is the only thing that you can do against the zombification caused by the Blight. So that's what the White Priestesses do. They make it so that you can purify the souls and bodies of the people. Stagnant Blight. So that's why the White Priestesses are important. And although this has a very religious aspect to it, and it's called the White Parish, according to the game, according to the findings that we've found, the White Priestesses and the White Parish are not a religion. They have a lot of the bearings of a religion, but according to the game, they are not a religion. I'm assuming the only thing we have left to do in this room is to collect something that's in that pot, and you can only do that if you can jump up high, which we cannot. So we will come back later to do that. In the meantime, do I refresh on my prayers again? I think I do. I'm going to refresh on my prayers, even though that's going to bring a lot of enemies back. Oh, not to mention, we should open this. Yeah, opening that is a big thing to do. I don't like how often I'm resting because it brings all the monsters back. However, I think it's good to get those prayers back. Prayers being one of the things that is a very religious-like thing to say, but even though the White Priestesses do them, it's a prayer of the White Priestess, it is not about religion. It's about the Blight, purification of the Blight, and their magics. According to the game. We will not fight that again. Just gonna go right. See a new place. This also leads to a place... Oh man, that's creepy. And it looks like there's a guardian there with a giant hammer. Let's see what this is. Sigrid. So is this Silva? I'm gonna guess that this is Silva. Because it looks a lot like Sigrid. Yes, Guardian Silva. I was correct. Also, we're going to put out that right here. And we're going to stay far away if we can. I've not gotten hit at all, and I've hit her a few times. Aha. Be destroyed by the Western Merchant. One of the best spirits. My favorite spirit, honestly. I like the Western Merchant. She's going to get into another phase, though. We know that will happen eventually. And the next phase might be a lot harder. Woohoo! Did not dodge all of that attack. Should I heal? I should heal. Because she did about half of my life and damage once, so we're going to heal when we can. Hit her with the hammer. Dodged her far off attack. Okay, she got to her second phase. What's different about this one? She flies. She has learned flight. Oh, dodged effectively. You go, Western Merchant. The Western Merchant is almost out, though. Even though he's done a whole lot, he's about out of all of his uses. So we're quickly going to stop using the Western Merchant. Good job, Western Merchant. We will now use the Dark Witch Elaine, who cannot shoot as far. But she does hit harder. Go, go! Oh, I got hit there. I got hit real hard there, in fact. Heal. And dodge this. Hit her a couple times. Alright, we're doing okay. But she probably has a third phase. And we're probably close to it. There she goes. Actually, I now believe that she does not have a third phase, or if she does, we're already in it. Oh, there it is. Third phase. The third phase, she does not have a lot of life in the third phase. Oh, never mind. Just like the first one, the third phase is this creature. Uh-oh. Alright, we're dodging a whole lot. Have to heal, though. Okay. Oh my gosh, I might die here. Which is not too surprising, dying on the first attempt against the giant boss. Okay, I did not get hit there, very surprisingly. Did get hit there, though. Okay, remembered that combo attack, although I'm almost dead. Oh-ho. Gerard actually caused her to be stunned there, which is the only reason I survived, because of that stun. Oh, I did it! First try, very surprisingly. Level 37. I'm sorry for everything. Let's purify the Guardian Silva. I was not worthy of being the priestess's guardian. I thought I had found a way to protect her from the blight, In the end, my only choice was to flee. The blight washed over the land like an ever-consuming wave. Sheep and shepherds of the cathedral alike all eventually became blighted. Now my body feels not quite my own, a stranger within my own flesh. Foul mages and their blasted potion. I was meant to be her guardian. Protector of the White Priestess, now turned brutal killer. So she knew that she was becoming blighted. Madness. Is this the work of the blight, or who I truly am inside? Sigrid, if I could see you before there's nothing left of me. You were the only one I truly wished to protect. My beloved sister, I only wished. So I was correct that Silva and Sigrid are sisters. That confirms it. And both of them ended up being blighted, unfortunately. Guardian Silva chains attacks with a hammer, okay? Hold to charge an attack. Charge attacks cause more damage and cover a wider area. Silva became a guardian to protect her beloved sister. Knowing full well it would separate them, she took on the burden of guarding the priestess. Guardian's wings. Guardian Silva's blighted wings enhance evasive ability, allows a nimble dodge slide to get out of harm's way. So what does that mean? Oh, it's a dash. That's what it means. The mighty blighted wings of Guardian Silva grant swiftness for artful dodges, whether grounded on in the air. I think that means grounded or in the air. Last rites, another action. When SP gauge is full, press the up button of the desired main skill. What does that mean? An ancient power that awakened after the White Priestess took on an incredible amount of blight. The defiled souls of the blighted are unleashed to wreak havoc as they did in life once more. Press up plus the button of the desired main skill. Okay, that might be very difficult to do, by the way. Build the SP gauge by attacking enemies. Press up plus the desired main skill button once it's full to perform last rites and inflict tremendous amounts of damage. Okay, so we have a new thing. We have a super special attack that we can do. It's the Guardian of the White Priestess of the Font. Then we must be close. The blight spreads ever further. It is said that priestesses have hold only... Let's start that again. It is said that priestesses have hold over their senses, despite the blight. But this seems far too much for anyone to bear. Oh no. Lily has blighted hair now. As important as purification is, a priestess must also think of herself. I dare not say it, but you might be the last of your kin. There would be no shame in running from all of this. No one remains who could condemn you if you did. For my part, I want you to live, to leave this land behind. Ooh, look to the left. There's a ghost. You never should have awakened. Yet now our fate is in your hands alone. I'm sorry. Only you can end the curse of the eternal blight. At the farthest reaches, in a distant spring, there are waters yet untainted, clear and blue. So, if I bring the waters here, is that how you erase the blight? This is Tenacity. Tenacity. Purify Guardian Silva. Woo. Wait a minute. There's something else in this room? Wait a minute. What else is in this room? This. I missed this. Unfinished note. I'm going to the verboten domain with the priestess. I know not if any means of shedding the blight exist other than purification. Alas, we won't see one another for a while, Sigrid. My heart aches more than you know, I long to hear your voice, to hold you in an embrace. How I wish to be with you. Were our situations reversed, you would be the one taking her to this dangerous place. I couldn't bear it. I'm fine with being the one to go. As long as you are safe, Sigrid, that's enough. Okay then, so a couple things. One is all of my prayer uses and whatnot are upped, so I don't actually need to rest at a bench right now. Actually, all of my skill uses have been... Oh my gosh, I'm not used to the dash version of this. Not that that's what really messed me up, but it definitely gave me a secondary... What am I doing? Oh, she hits behind her a little bit. Okay, gotten hit a little bit more than I should have. I want to learn this motion, and then you dash away. And then I want to learn this thing, but I don't think this controller is great at doing the super special attack. I definitely pressed it the wrong direction, which doesn't really show it. The gauge does go up pretty quickly, though. If you look at it in the left, dealing damage does bring the gauge up pretty quickly. So I'm using a Steam controller. This particular thing was really not made for a Steam controller, because a Steam controller doesn't have a D-pad up button like other controllers do. It does, just not in the same way. So apparently it causes me to change directions. Yeah. Alright. It might be that I'm using a poor controller for that particular thing. Unfortunate. I will still probably learn how to do it, because it's kind of important to be able to learn how to do your super special attacks, even if it's harder because of the controller that I have. I can make that. Can I make that from here? No. You have to be here. And you jump, dash. There we go. And I was right. There's an amulet fragment. Woo. What else would I like to do with this particular episode is the question. Because there's several things I could do, but I don't have a lot of time left. So I think what I'm going to do is basically look at my map and figure out if I can just finish a room or something. Can we finish this room? There's something way up high in this room. Yeah, we still can't get up there. That's not possible. I want to go to the right, and then down, and then rest at that other respite. And that will be the end of this episode. Hopefully we can finish a couple rooms on the way. But with our new dash ability, there's a bunch of things that we can do that we couldn't do before. Whoops, I did not recognize that enemy very quickly. Not recognizing enemies is a pretty good way to get hit by enemies. Oh gosh. Glad I didn't get hit by the explosion. The explosion does a lot of damage. It's good not to get hit by it. And this is a problem. Too many of those enemies. Alright, we're gonna try this again. I technically did it, but I lost a lot of life trying to do it, which is not what you want. That guy explodes. We've been in here before. Is there anything I can do to the left here? that I could not do before? Well, we're going to need to pray. Let's pray. One of the things I need to get in my mind is that I can pray a little bit earlier than I think that I should, because I have a lot of max health. I've gotten max health ups faster than I've gotten my prayer effectiveness up. Aha, take that. So the left part of this room is done. Let's try to do things in the right part of the room. It's done except for that enemy. We can ignore that enemy. The right part of this room, can we go up this way and do something here? So the up path is basically done. What about the down path? That enemy is a little bit scary to fight from above. Let's try to be on the same level as that enemy. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Okay, enemy down. Next one. Shoot some stink. He does kind of push it behind her at the end of that attack, which is not good if I'm behind her. Aha. I know how to dodge. Although I didn't dodge all the times. Let's heal again. Not going through many rooms, and actually I used the heal fully, even though I was only a little bit less than half. So I need to get into my head that I can use the heal a little bit more. Alright. Okay, I can apparently, with how I'm pressing the buttons, I can only do that to the right. But I'm trying to use my super special attack. There is a secret in this room that we have not found, that I believe we should have found. Why haven't we found it? Huh. Why haven't we found it? Was there something over here that I did not do? I mean, this looks like something that you could do there, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm going to try the up path one more time, and then we're just going to move on, because as much as I like completing rooms, we don't have all of the abilities. So maybe there's something we don't have that's making this room not finished. Usually I can tell when there's a secret, which means that the fact that I didn't find one makes me wonder. Maybe the secret is on the way down, right here. Didn't see anything. Okay. Let's move on. Next room, maybe we can find all of the secrets in the next room and complete that room. Even though we were not able to for this room. There's nothing up here, is there? I don't see anything up here. Moving on. This room, very annoying room. But I can use my abilities as much as I want, because I know that I'm getting to a respite soon. Knowing that you're going to get to a respite soon makes it a lot more comfortable to use all of your abilities. Because you don't have the problem that you usually have of knowing when you can actually refresh those abilities. We know when we can refresh these, and it is soon. Okay, let's check the upward path of this room, because it seems like there would be something up here. Perhaps. We've been over there. We're gonna go over there now. Don't really feel the need to fight that one. This one I feel a little bit more of a need to do. Haha, got it. That is a fake pot. And I was not successful in not waking the pot. There we go. Hey, we leveled up again. 38. I think there was something that said out of 100. I think the pause screen says your level out of 100. So if we get to 100, then we have finished leveling. We're at 38. Whoops. Fell down. He dashed to the other side of him. I like that. There we go. We can pick up some stagnant blight here. And you can see that we could go to the right now where we couldn't before. We're not going to do that right now. But you can see that we can. So, here is a respite room. The question is, why is the respite room not orange on the map? Let's try to solve that before we rest. That's why. Some Furious Blight. All right. The respite room is still not considered done. Interesting. Quite interesting. What else could there be? We went down here before, and that just leads to another room that we can't immediately get out of. We can't travel back up easily. Let's try going the right path and see... Okay, I don't see anything obvious. Let's call it an episode. And we have got new memories. We got the Guardian Silva memory, along with Silva's memories, usually get purified and blighted together. And we got a new spirit. We got Guardian Silva. Woo. In this episode, I made it to level 38 and chapter 5. I collected a new spirit this time, the Guardian Silva, which started at level 3. In addition, I also upgraded 3 other spirits, for a total of +6 for spirits this episode. Purifying Guardian Silva also gave me an achievement, and 2 new actions. Guardian's Wings, which changes my dodge into a dash, and Last Rites, which is a super attack that I can use only occasionally. I also collected 2 amulet fragments and 1 chain of sorcery. And since I did not find any new relics, that chain of sorcery allows me to once again equip every relic that I possess. Check out my detailed tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Sunday, and thanks for watching.